if you could touch upon the meaning of the opportunity to have an alumni weekend, to have many of the former teammates, former champions come back, just what that means to you and means to the program.
Well, yes. I will first start off by saying this is a very exciting upcoming weekend for Michigan basketball to have our alumni base, former players who have done some really special things here, representing this university, representing the Block M, the maize and blue, and to be able to come back and just feel that excitement of and go back to the refreshing days of their time on all the special things that they did for the Michigan basketball program. Me as a coach and also as a former player, I get excited, to see those folks who have paved the way for me and many others. And so to celebrate them in a special way this weekend, I think it's going to be, a great weekend. And then also to do it where we have our rival, a school that's not down from the road from us, who really don't like us, and we don't care about any of that. That's fine with us. But most importantly, to know that we're going to have support in the building from the former Michigan players. It's going to be a great weekend. And I know our players are going to be super excited to get an opportunity to meet some of the alums that have, like I said earlier, paved the way for me, but also paved the way for them and put that Michigan jersey on and did it with dignity, pride, and always saying what we always know, the two words, go blue.
Appreciate that very much, Coach. We're going to begin with Liza from the Michigan Daily.
Yeah, so you've won the last few home games in the series. You also have the advantage of having played them already this season, having film from that. Kind of to the extent that you can share, what needs to go right tomorrow in order to keep that home streak alive?
Well, health. Health needs to go right. We've always have always asked to, and worked hard to do where we can to keep our players safe. But, we're dealing with a lot, and we're missing some guys because of, health reasons. So, good health is always one of those that you want on your team. And I know that speaks for not only me, but for every, college team that's, during this time of the year, because, you have some players who, if not all, are dealing with some type of bumps and bruises because now you're getting towards the end of your season. And, guys, basketball is a physical game, and, with the practices and the games, there's always going to be something. But at the same time, you always hoping that you can have fresh bodies, and more important, just fresh bodies that, everyone on your roster ready to go.
Next question, please.
Juwan, would you mind elaborating on that? I guess if there's any, we know, Jason Yo-Yo didn't play last game. How are they doing? And are there others that may be out tomorrow as well?
Well, that's really a good question for Michigan Medicine, or Michigan Medical, I would say, because of, we've had, some guys who have missed practice because of, being sick and some being injured. We're just hoping and praying that we can have everyone ready to go tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, Juwan. Beyond good health, you guys obviously, as Liza was talking about, have done a lot of good things in this series to go 4-0 during your tenure here at home. I guess what has gone right in those instances that have helped you?
Well, you're talking that there's always been each year different teams and with different players, and this is a different team, different players, and it's always great to be able to go against your rival at home because you're familiar area. You also have your the building that you practice in a lot. And, you also have a level of comfort with your fan base being there to support you. So we're looking forward to, like I stated earlier, we're going to have a big Michigan alums that's going to be present, as well as our fan base that's going to be in the building, asking them to bring that excitement because, them being a six man brings the energy to the five guys, and it's going to feed life to the five guys that's on the floor.
Next question, please.
Juwan, I want to ask about Trey Jackson, just kind of assessing his season. in general, how would you, how is the role you envisioned for him maybe compared to what he's actually been able to give you on the floor?
But Trey is, he's a super talented young man with athletic ability that's special and unique. And with his experience, he's been able to give us a guy who can play, multiple positions at that size. And he also is a guy who's, played, in the Power Five conferences before, Missouri, Seton Hall. And, being that this is his first year with us, he's a lot, to learn from a different system with a different role. He's truly embraced it. Unfortunately for Trey, he had an injury where he broke his nose, and that set him back. But he's been, as you seen, like the last game, he showed flashes, of a talented young man, and he's working hard, and he's going to continue to keep working hard. And we just appreciate the fact that he's been on our team.
Thanks.
Next question, please. Does anyone have anything else for Coach?
Yeah, I'll have another one. Last game, when you played Michigan State, you were up at halftime. When you watch back the film, what did you see that kind of went wrong last time that you hope will go right for them tomorrow?
Yeah, transition defense. We allowed too many transition points in the second half. You only gave a 1 point in transition the first half, and then in the second half, we gave up double digits in the second half, and then paint touches. We didn't do a good job of guarding the ball. There were too many blow-bys that we allowed, and then at the same time, open threes from Jaden Atkins, hurt us as well. We contained them, as much as we could in the first, but in the second half, we lost sight of, Jaden, and where there was miscommunication on the defensive end that allowed some of those open looks. And Jaden got his open looks in half court as well as in transition. So we can't allow something like that for this game. And, we went back and watched it as a team. We've been working, the last 2 days on just doing a better job communicating on the defensive end. First half, the defense was in front of our bench. You can hear the energy, you can hear the communication. Second half, the defense was away from us, and I think we got quiet.
I have kind of a random question, Juwan. What is your favorite play to see your team do on the court? Not like a set play. I don't mean play like that. Just is there a thing that a player can do that brings you the most joy when you see it happen on the court?
Loose balls. I really enjoy seeing our players be the first to hit the floor for loose balls and win the loose ball.
Sure. Thanks.
On the theme of random questions, Juwan, I'm wondering, today is possibly the final Saginaw High and Arthur Hill game. Have you ever been in the gym for one of those games, being in the state of Michigan? What are your thoughts on the end of the rivalry?
No, I haven't. I haven't been. And COVID has hurt a lot of that. And I haven't had open heart surgery this year has hurt a lot of that. So no, I haven't.
Anybody have anything else for Coach?
Yeah, Juwan, just one more about Michigan State. I was looking through their notes and having seen some of it. Malik Hall playing looks like he's playing better. I guess what sort of matchups does he problems might he create as sort of like that in between size guy?
Well, he's a talented young man. He can play inside, outside. He's also athletic, strong. And he's been around for college basketball for some time now, so he's very familiar with with different teams, different coverages. He's also confident within his skill set. And he doesn't go away from, what he does. He plays winning basketball to the fullest, and he's a good player.
Is there a game in this rivalry series that stands out from the time when you played in Michigan?
Oh, repeat that question again.
when you played at Michigan, did you have a favorite game against Michigan State? Was there a game that stood out, whether it was the energy or a close game? Can you remember a game that was particularly special for you?
I can't remember. You know, it's been a long time. I'm an old man, but I would just say I always enjoy going to play in Breslin Center, and it's always good to play on the road and get wins against Michigan State. Thank you.
All right, Coach, I think that's going to do it. Have a great practice, and we'll see you tomorrow evening.
Thank you. Go Blue.